Hello viewer and welcome back to Games with Dialogue plays Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. I'm up to episode 46 now. We finished with Archimir's Manor. I have the tablet, so all you have to do is turn it in. And we're in the bathhouses now, ready to complete a spying mission for the Valiants. So let's dive in. Thankfully, the rooms upstairs have little, if no, actual naked models, so there's not a whole lot to worry about up here. There she is.
You and I, we have a mutual friend, do we not?
She grins widely, tongue pressing pink between her teeth. Yes, I'm here at Director Castol's request.
Good, good.
The tension in her shoulders settles, and she hazards a small smile.
A Royal Deadfire operative, Quarno, and his Principi associate, Tola, will meet tonight to discuss the details of a business arrangement. They have bought out the entire first floor for privacy's sake. Even Gunnar, their proprietor, will excuse himself. Only bathhouse attendants will be allowed to remain to ensure their comfort. You understand?
Yeah, that means you, right? What can you tell me about Quarno?
He is a snake in the body of a man. Though he is supposedly the Royal Deadfire Company's man, he always seems to be working some deal on the side.
Anything I should know about Tola?
Tola is fond of drink, and her tongue flaps loosely when she has had too much of it.
Alright. What do I need to do?
I will disguise you as a bathhouse attendant, so you might observe their meeting. With luck and some cunning, you may be able to discover the details of their special arrangement. You will not be able to take your gear, but do not worry. Should the situation get out of hand, there will be a stash of weapons hidden in one of the changing booths. But I am sure it will not come to that.
She smiles broadly. I'm ready to infiltrate the meeting. Not quite yet. Do I have to be unarmed? Can't you do this? I'm not ready. I'll be back later.
Prepare quickly then. Are you ready, Aimiko?
I am ready to infiltrate the meeting.
Then you will take your disguise, and I shall take your equipment, Ak.
Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Take this rice wine as well. Perhaps you will find use of it, eh?
She winks. Okay, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just spying on them? Just trying to get information? Eavesdropping? There's gotta be magic you can use to eavesdrop. Seriously. There are no scrying spells, no divination. What happened? Okay. Well, we're in our chonies. Let's see. Tab. Nothing? Okay. So, what do I have to do here? J, real quick, just to discover the details of Quarno and Tolo's arrangement. Briz provided me with bottles of rice wine. Apparently, Tola is a chatty drunk. Okay. Well, we've saved before I came here, so let's find these people. Is this them? Quarno? I counted. I thought this room was supposed to be cleaned out. That's Quarno. I want Tola. There's Tola. I gotta go all the way around to talk to her? All the way around. Seriously. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. A boisterous woman with a long, sunburned nose motions you to approach. Her eyes droop half-closed and the stench of liquor wafts off of her.
Ah, what timing. Lounging in all this water's making me thirsty.
Bow and give her a bottle of Weisswein. She drinks deep from the bottle and releases it with a belch and smacks her lips. She regards you through red-rimmed eyes and slowly looks you up and down.
You seem familiar. Do I know you? Or is it the wine that makes me think so?
She hiccups.
It's probably the wine.
Probably. Tola stares at you unsteadily, her eyes half closed. You must really be important if you can afford to buy out the bathhouse.
Flatterer.
She grins toothily and attempts to wink, but it ends up looking more like she's got something in her eye.
I'm no queen of Nekataka, but I do alright. I captain a ship for the Principe. And the big grouchy guy back there, Quano, works for the Royal Deadfire Company. Sometimes, when he's not doing stuff on the sides.
Uh-huh.
Doing stuff like selling me cannons. That's what we're celebrating. Did I mention that?
What do you plan to do with all that firepower? Wait, there's a bluff option? Okay. What do you plan to do with all that firepower?
You're cute. Got a good face. But even that won't get me to say any more. Now, maybe if he has some more rice wine.
Well, I just so happen to have another bottle right here. She grabs the bottle and chugs the entirety of its contents without taking a breath. She sways a bit when she sets the bottle down and gives you a bleary-eyed grin.
Has anyone ever told you you're great? 'Cause you are really great. You should ditch this stupid bathhouse. Join my crew. I just got a bunch of fancy new cannons from Quano. We'll be the terrors of the Deadfire. It'll be fun.
So I can't... Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna blow up some Valian trading company ships and take their luminous ardra. But shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Her words run together in a drunken slurry. So I could select the option, even though it was grayed out. What brings you to the bathhouse tonight? Well, I just found that out. Anything else I can get for you?
No, I've already had too much.
Okay. Bow and leave. Is that all I needed to do? Report to Director Castol. Yep, I don't even need to talk to Corno. Awesome! So what, I just go back upstairs and we're done now?
Sure.
You know, for combat purposes, I do enjoy how different ground is considered difficult terrain. And Grog has a natural passive that just ignores that. It's great. I just wish they'd come up and use it more often. I wish it would come up more often, or it would get better use. Two separate statements I just blurred together. Okay, we're done.
Report to Director Castle once you've learned what you can.
I'm done.
Report to Director Castle.
Give me my
once
stuff
you've learned
back.
What you can.
Okay, I'm done. Oh, jeez, really? Is this how we're gonna... how do I end...
Good thinking.
How do I end the mission? I can't just leave, can I? Alright, well, we're... Small cut while I figure out how to get my stuff back, and then we'll go from there. Okay, all I had to do was leave the bathhouse and I got my stuff back. Good enough. Let us go. Oh, jeez. The Water Shapers Guild. We still have that entire secret basement to deal with. Let's go turn in the tablet to that one chick. That one, Hoana woman who wanted me to bring it to her. Serpent's Crown. She's there during the day, so I shouldn't miss her this time. Okay. She's supposed to be right here. It's almost night. Oh, fingers crossed that she is there and I don't have to wait. Yep, there she is.
You return. What say, friend?
Give her the artifact. I retrieved the tablet from Archimir's vault. Pretend to drop the tablet. No, not... Why would I do that? Why would I pretend to drop it? Give her the artifact.
Akira, you've restored to us a piece of our history.
That's a weird option. She cradles the tablet with care.
The Queen thanks you, my friend. We are a step closer to...
Tehi trails off as a winged, leathery figure in the distance draws closer to you.
Hey, you the Watcher?
The imp prods you to get your attention. What's it to you?
Archimir, the Great Master, has returned. Invites you to join him at the estate. Says you know where that is.
The imp lets out a harsh, discordant chuckle, holding his claw in front of his mouth to hide a mischievous grin. I'll see him when I have the time. I'll see him when I have the time.
Eh? But whoever has time, you have to make time.
The imp nods to himself thoughtfully. The imp, that's pretty wise.
Find Master in his study. Don't be late.
The imp winks at you and flutters away.
Well, that was faster than I anticipated. I had hoped for more time to work with the Queen on her formal apology, but I will have to accelerate our plan.
She frowns, clearly disturbed.
Thank you again, truly. This may be our most meaningful step towards Ukaizo. We just have to pray that Archimere doesn't put hexes on his belongings.
She handles the tablet with care. Well, unless he does, that's the only way he could have found out that I'm the one responsible for the theft. There's no way he'd know otherwise. I was so very careful. And it's not like he has fingerprint... What is that word? What police use? Not criminology. Yeah. You know, I can't think of it. I can't think of the word. That science that they use to investigate crime scenes. Whatever that is. Archimere doesn't have it. Alright. Do I want to go into the basement? I don't think my skills are high enough to break into the vault yet. That means Archimere is inviting... I'm gonna save real quick. And then go talk to Archimere, because... I guess he found out that we took the tablet. Who knows, maybe he's got a job for me. Or maybe I can kill him and loot his corpse. I have to assume it's in here, right? Yes. And it's almost positive we're going to get into a fight. So, Grog, you're over here.
That's it?
Keyleth, stay back there. Scanlan, you're right there. You're using your mace. Good. You use the pistols and come over here so we can shut the door. Thank you. And then let's talk to him.
I trust you had no trouble finding the place.
Sighing, Archimere glances up from a roll of parchment. He takes up a quill and draws several lines across a calendar entry, digging the nib hard enough that scratching fills the silence.
Nekitaka is either a testament to the ancient Huana's love of labyrinths, or their hatred of straight lines.
He grimaces and rearranges several of the objects situated around his desk. Thank you for the invitation, Archimere. A Huana thing, right? Yeah, probably... Yeah. History? Age, not the Huana, has set the bones of the city at crooked angles. Can we get to the point? Let's bow. Let's be polite.
Try not to get too comfortable. Rather than waste our time with pleasantries, let us get to the business of the hour.
Oh, alright, well.
My estate was recently burgled. My vault breached.
He sighs, drawing a sheaf of papers closer and then pushing them away. I know. I was the one who burgled it. That's terrible. Do you have any leads? Lie. I'd be happy to track down the culprits for you. Let's say number 2.
1.
The side of his mouth twitches.
At the Circle's behest, I'm expected to show restraint in these dealings.
His nails dig into the armrest of his chair. A tearing sound fills the silence between you.
You manage not to rouse a peep out of my servants. If nothing else, the lack of disruption is appreciated. I am less pleased about the Harappo epic resting in the hands of those who lost it once before.
In the hands of its rightful owners, you mean. You had no lawful rights to it.
Did I ask a question?
Archimere glances to the left and right. He waits before continuing.
The Circle of Archmagi wishes for us to put this unpleasantness in the past with a gesture of good faith.
When he finishes his air quotes, his elbow knocks over an inkwell. Archimere simply glares at the spilling ink until it retreats back into its receptacle. Wow. Want me to steal the epic back? Say nothing.
The Circle has expressed concerns about a certain mobile deity.
Okay.
The Deadfire is a fragile place, and a blundering soul drain like Aethys can damage more than just castle keeps.
Such as... I'm already tracking Aethys, if that's your concern. Or survival. This one's survival, right? Yeah. The Deadfire will be lucky if any of its reefs endure this long walk of his. Let's do that one.
Indeed. It isn't our desire that you apprehend the deity. That simply isn't practical. We need your help in preparing for the worst possible outcome.
Archimere presses his thumb down on a spider crawling across his desk. His upper lip pulls back with delight. Yeah, give me the details. This isn't just restitution, the circle is worried, or... Wizard. Well, I don't have that. The circle is worried.
We do not worry. We measure, and the resulting value dictates action. You are only involved because it is advantageous for knowledge of the circle's involvement to remain discreet.
I'm nothing if not discreet, sir.
The wizard Bikana installed an observatory due northeast of Nekataka. For your absolution, the circle asks that you locate her research.
What are you hoping to learn from the stars? Why ask me and not Bakarna? I'll get you your research notes. As long as I'm compensated for the work, I'll think about it. Why not ask Bakarna? Because she's dead, right?
She vanished from academic research, and therefore her livelihood.
Okay, close enough.
All signs point to her lab being abandoned.
Sure. What are you hoping to learn?
That the circle's concerns are utterly unfounded, of course.
His eyebrows arches up.
No doubt you'll recognize the appropriate documents. You have an eye for valuables.
Well, thank you. Sure, as long as I'm compensated for the work.
Were the spoils of my estate too meager? Absolutely not.
His brow furrows.
Fair warning. A vessel flying the sigil of the Torn Bannerman set a course for the observatory.
Frowning, Archimere sifts among his correspondence until he sets upon the one he seeks.
I have every reason to believe they travel armed.
I'll keep that in mind. Torn Bannerman? I've heard that before, right? Torn Bannerman? Mercenary. Torn Bannerman?
Mercenaries, I suspect. Expensive ones, if they take such pains to advertise their standard.
He waves at the air as if to dispel the flies.
My interest begins and ends at a single point. That someone of great means desires abandoned arcane research. Research which we disregarded.
Clears his throat and glances away.
Come back alive. Or not at all. Now, if you don't mind, I have a manor to restore. And a security system to reevaluate.
He frowns towards the door before turning his focus back at his desk. Well, you might want to start with that gigantic hole in your cellar. Alright, gents. We are out of here. Where else do I have to go in this city? I want to go back to the Valian consulate. And I think that's it for Nekataka for the time being, until I get some more bounties done. Alright, so let's leave here. F again for fast travel. We'll head down to the Valians, report what we found in the bathhouse, and then head on our way. And I'll cut here. Okay, let's talk to Operator Castol then, or the head guy. I forget what his title actually is, but Castol, director, whatever.
You know, I wish you'd been around a year back. We would have left the Royal Deadfire Company in the dust.
Oh, no doubt.
Now then, did you have a reason for coming by?
I took care of things at the bathhouse.
Perfecto. What did you discover?
Well, I found out that Quarno is selling gunpowder and weapons to the Principe.
Diverus? That is worse than I suspected. Please, explain. Spare me no details.
Tola is planning on using the Royal Deadfire Company weapons against a Valiant trading company convoy carrying Luminous Adra.
Madiko, our convoy routes are meant to be a well-guarded secret. I might as well have sent the Principe a letter.
That's all.
That is enough to work with. Aggressima. I do believe I'm going to ruin Quarno's day.
Good.
I do have another matter I could use your assistance with, Watcher. If you have a moment.
More trouble at the bathhouse?
Not quite. Though you may feel the need for a personal visit yourself after.
Pistol smiles thinly at some private jest.
It concerns a business associate. A captain by the name of Ferrante.
Oh, hey, I know this man.
Something of a notable figure among the Principi, I'm told.
Oh, yeah. We're well acquainted. Wait, so you're working with the Principi, Captain?
A more reasonable specimen, but yes. Not the most ideal of circumstances, but then little about any of this has been ideal.
Yeah.
Captain Ferrante will have the details, but the matter concerns a contact of his on the island of Crookspur. Apparently, they're having some trouble out there with the hostile tribe. You help them, Ferrante helps the company. You've proven resourceful. You make the logical choice.
Okay, sure. I'll go talk to Ferrante and see what he wants. Insight, though. That is insight, yeah. You're not telling me something, come clean, you're making me nervous, and that's dangerous. I like that better. Come clean, Castole. You're making me nervous, and that's dangerous.
I would not normally enter into such pacts with the likes of Ferrante. The company's assets are in some disarray. Our resources are not what they once were. It is a shameful state of affairs, but I am doing what I can to remedy the situation. You'll find Ferrante in Dunwich. Dunwich is a den for pirates, as you might imagine. You'll likely be in less danger there than on the sea, but all the same, I recommend extreme caution.
Sure. Alright, so I gotta go to Dunwich for a couple of quests, turn in a bounty from a woman I killed, and talk to Ferrante about what I've learned about the ghost ship anyway. So, let's do that. Well, do that next, but we'll do it in the future. Maybe not next. There is one more thing that I had to I was reminded that I need to do. This family feud business needs to be wrapped up, or at least move along. So let's go into the Valera estate, talk to the head of the household, see what we can learn about making peace between the two families, before I head to Bardato and tell them about the plot to raid their vault. Come on, be up here. Don't make me waste my time.
Am I supposed to play nanny?
There he is.
They listen to you, Martino. Enough. We have a guest.
Maybe not. I'm looking for Zilly.
Ado, I hear you witnessed an unfortunate exchange behind the Adra Mill.
Otello aims a troubled look at Martino. That was days ago!
You kept Laro and Orso from the beyond. We could use such a mediator. Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Otello frowns towards his son. Okay, tell me about this job.
Let me take point on this one, father.
Martino pats Otello on the back and turns to you with a more severe, businesslike expression.
Some royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories near the Wild Mare, singing their Rauatai songs and making our clients anxious. Hunting Principi dogs is our business. With all these problems with the Bardatos, now is not the time for competition from the Brass Citadel. It would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
When Otello isn't looking, Martino draws his thumb across his throat. I'll talk to the sailors for you. I'll do it, but I want the Valiant Trading Company to know that I was helpful. Don't you have stooges to handle this sort of thing? Consider it done. Do your own killing, coward. I'll think about it. I'll talk to these sailors. Nod, I'll handle it. Let's do the insight one. I'll do it, but I want the Valians.
Was that not implied? Ecosi, consider it done. Come back when the Rauatai dogs have been dispatched, dismissed, or dismembered.
Martino takes a pistol-firing gesture with his fingers and winks. Makes. That is not what I came here to talk to you about.
What brings you to the whole of the Valeras?
Atello opens his palm. You're having some kind of trouble with the family next door?
Ach, the Bardato Bank shuts us out of investments and stifles our finances. This is the richest prospect on Iora, but we cannot grow our family business. Ezali is a rich thug, and someday she will get what's coming to her.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk to you about the Bardatos.
If we must. What is it?
Frowning, Atello beckons you to continue. Azali wants to strike a peace arrangement.
After everything that she... Madiko, what is she planning?
You're not considering this? The Bardatos have nearly ruined us!
Enough, Martino. I will not let our families tear each other to ribbons while I can avoid it. Tell Ezali to meet us here. I won't be lured into a trap.
He nods to himself and glances around at the state of the house. Okay. Fine. Great. I accomplished that part. Let me finish exploring the floor, though. There might be another Valera I need to talk to. Nope. Okay. Down we go. Out we go. We'll talk to the Bardatos. Should I mention that plot to break into their vault? I don't know.
Our family can't go on like this.
My face still hurts, but not as badly as a sword through the gut.
Alright, let's talk to Mama Bardato then. I'm going to F5 just in case there is a specific way of going through this.
My intelligence speaks of agitated whispers in the Valera household.
Zali sets aside her paperwork and glances your way. I have had some questions.
Then ask. But do not waste my day with trivialities.
About this feud with the family?
Bertello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Zali motions for you to continue. I spoke to Atello. He's willing to meet, if you are.
You're serious? If this is some Valera trick...
You're the one who asked me to talk to him.
I'm not walking into a trap without keeping an eye on you as well.
Do I want to do this now? What about the... well, if... let's mention the vault first.
My intelligence speaks of Havon, then. And don't leave me in suspense.
She leans in closer, her eyes boring into yours. One of your guards conspired with the Valeras to rob your vault. I found this floor plan of the Bardata estate. It looks like thieves were mapping a route into your vault. I learned from a burglar named Persa that there's a plot to break into your vault. There's a... yeah. The sickle of a smile spreads from cheek to cheek.
Now we know enough to sidestep this particular trap. Here, your deserving pay.
She sets a bag of coin upon the desk. What is this? A new hull for my ship? Thank you.
I suggest we allow this heist to play out as intended. We will watch as our enemies walk into a trap.
Do I have to watch, though?
This will be the end of the Valera's short, ignoble reign in high society.
I'm with you. Where do we get started? Why not just go over there and slaughter the Valeras? Just talk to Atello. It's not too late to solve this peacefully.
It most decidedly is.
All right.
I have no use for a faint heart.
Okay. All right. Now I don't think that the two families will talk to each other.
Speak up. My business never sits still for long.
About this feud.
Bertello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Let's head over to the estate now.
Very well.
Okay, so there's two branching problems I have here. The Valeras and the Bardatos peacefully coming together, and the Bardatos' vault being broken into, and they want to destroy the Valeras in the process. How am I going to resolve both of these? Quest failed, a bigger fish. How did I fail that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Bardado and Valera representatives stand arrayed around the dining table wearing expressions of anxiety and resentment. The temperature of the room suggests no more amity than when the discussion began. Do we need to talk about why we're here, or... merchant and diplomacy? If you could open up by defining each of your grievances and demands. Before you can finish your sentence, Otello cuts you off with a hard wave of his hand. Bah, bah, bah.
You run your bank like a crime syndicate. Some of us struggled to tell the difference.
Otello points an accusing finger across the table.
We can take it up with the director anytime you feel like explaining why your children are intimidating my merchants.
Zalia opens her palms in every way composed. She glances over at you, and her mouth turns downward.
I see our would-be mediator has arrived. Well, we're here. I hope this wasn't some elaborate, ill-advised jest.
I would not willingly welcome a Bardato beneath my roof for the sake of a jest.
Please, let's not try to sabotage this from the outset. Unless one of you is going to pay me a fortune to kill the other, we might as well negotiate. Although, I'm pretty sure the Bardatos would be happy to take me up on that. Stop this at once, you're embarrassing yourselves. Let's do the diplomatic thing.
As long as the Valera remembers his place, we shouldn't have any problems.
My place is in the dueling ring. Care to let the gods decide, Lady Bardato?
Martino licks his lips and fingers the pommel of his rapier. You're not helping.
Quiet, Martino. Watcher, now would be the time to lay out your reasoning.
With an open palm, he gestures for you to continue. The Valera family should make amends for planning to crack the Bardato vault. From the sound of things, the Bardatos are shutting out their own allies for profit. We're all here to further the company's operations in Nakataka. Duty should come first and Vendetta a distant second. Why fight each other at all? We could all be killing pirates at this very moment. The diplomatic option. I've made allies of former enemies before. I think we can all pull together into a stronger force. You two have plenty in common. You're both working for the company. You're both single parents. I don't think that one's going to work. I only did this to get you all under one roof. Death to both your houses. Hell. Wow. That's an option. Let's see. I don't mind either of these first two. However, let's go with the diplomatic option.
Ach, raise the stir in the White March Mountains. The same could be done here.
A force? Watcher? To what end?
Zali glances at Otello. Death to the Principe, Rawatai, and everyone who stands against us. The only end there is profit. The expansion of trade and progress in the region. I want to help the Huana of this city. I'd like the company to be an earnest ally. Oof. Wow, that certainly is true. I don't think I'll get anywhere with this. Yeah, let's try it. I can always reset. You hear more than one person laugh, including Martino. Otello, however, only looks surprised.
A noble enough goal.
He smiles thinly.
Otello, I hadn't realized you had a soft spot for the natives.
Zali's grim expression fades for the brief duration of the slightest twitch at the corner of her mouth. Otello, you let your children lash out at the Bardatos. What's your goal? You were a gold-packed knight once, weren't you, Azalia?
Once you owned the castle, things change.
Alright, well, that didn't work. Intimidate, enough. Azali. Don't you know a chance at profit when you see it? What started all this in the first place? Can't you kiss and make up like normal people? What started all this?
What else? We turned up and proved you didn't need 10 generations of inbreeding to get the job done. And the Bardatos took offense.
Oh my god, you were cruising for a bruising, mister.
It suits you to play the slighted paupers, doesn't it? Otello Valera insulted me to the governor's face. His son maimed one of my guards. I tired of their play at innocence. I have raised up my family through effort and sacrifice.
Otello strokes his beard. Beside him, Martino scowls. Don't you know a chance at profit when you see it? She does. Probably better than I do. Oh well.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Azali narrows her eyes suspiciously. Let's negotiate this like any business proposition. What do you want? Insight? You make a living putting the right people to work in the right places. What suits the Valera family? What is this one again? Resolve. The Valera family is hungry for coin, and you have it to spare. Demand an apology, accept it, and move on. Sally's gaze slides onto Otello. I chose the Resolve one, FYI.
This is ridiculous. Our family shouldn't humble before hers. What sort of truce?
Martino seems poised to continue, but Otello raises his hand in protest.
You have my sincerest apology, Lady Bardazzo. This has gone too far and too long, besides.
Otello delivers a deep, gentlemanly bow, which Azali and Martino observe with mutual astonishment. She considers his words, nodding slowly to herself. The bigger man swallows his pride and does what's right for the family.
I want the Principe out of the trade lanes.
What?
Half of this month's shipments are missing. I'll give you coin and crew for 5 ships to earn back my investment.
She opens her palms and awaits his response.
6 ships. With 6, I will drive the Principe from these waters like rats from a fire.
Tello straightens his spine and nods with confidence.
6 ships. I believe we just made a deal, Valera.
Then it's settled?
Otello sounds bewildered by his own words.
So it seems. For the time being.
Azali shrugs.
Time will tell if this arrangement is a favorable one. My hosts, you'll excuse me if I return home.
She inclines her head, favoring you with a bemused look on her way out. Well, I played it about as well as I could, I guess. Quest completed, family pride. What about the bank one? Let me look at that real quick. The vault one. Alright, I guess it doesn't matter. It's resolved one way or another. And I'm done. So, how much money did I earn off of that altogether? 65. Ah, the next ship I want is 90. For crying out loud. Even if I sold everything in my inventory, I wouldn't have enough to make it. Ah, so close. And I think I've exhausted the quests here in Nekataka. My biggest concern now is that I want to go complete the story, next part of the story quest, and go to Hasango, but I don't have any other quests sending me there. What if I do some of these other faction and side quests and wind up being pointed to Hasango after I've already done the story mission? That worries me. I guess I could go to Dunnage, deal with Ferrante and all of those options, or all those quests, and then see if that points me to Hasango. Explosive, sleight of hand, mechanics. Let's do explosive. Actually, let's do explosive. And insight or diplomacy? Insight. More insight. Sure. Okay, what about Mind Plague? Destroy an enemy's memory with calculated accuracy, confusing and dazing them. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Inflict crush damage and knock enemies in the area of effect prone. I like that one as well. Disintegration. Burns away the sinew that holds together the mind, body, and soul. Rapidly take raw damage. Targets that have their health reduced to 0 disintegrate into non-existence. Well, resistance against spells. Accuracy with cipher spells versus will. Improved critical. I don't think guns can't get criticals, right? Let's do spell resistance. Let's do... Everybody should have spell resistance, I think. And next up, Scanlan. Let's give him... let's give him some stealth, because he's the only one on my... Well, Percy doesn't either. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll give him 1. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem in the future. And metaphysics or bluff? Let's do bluff. Sure. Okay. His next row of passives. Spell resistance. Action speed with summoned creature spells. Oh yeah, definitely. I use that. Absolutely. Crit damage. Affected allies gain a portion of the damage they deal as health. Absolutely wonderful. Well, how much is the percentage? I didn't look at that. 12%. Is that really going to be helpful? It might offset during some fights. It's not going to completely remove the need for a spellcaster, a priest. But on the other hand, it's 12%. Some of them are better than... Alright, I'll take it. It is just a chanter. It is just a chanter passive that's always going. Grants allies resistance to perception and intelligence. That one's useful too. But I like the health restoring. I'm going to keep that for now. Sure. Okay, and I think we're done here for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Until next time, stay safe, and God bless you.